The end of Raja Jackson. I love Raja Rampage.
We already got in a fight once.
Oh, really?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
He sucker punched me.
Well, I saw the slap.
How'd that go for
Was
you?
that?
And what'd you do? Did you slam him on his head?
Oh, yeah. That motherfucker went to the hospital that day.
Yeah.
I don't play that shit.
Were you fighting 3-on-1 though? Two big bitches came out the room too. Like, leave our man alone. You're like, oh god damn.
No, you know what? I felt bad about kicking his ass that day, and to this day, he's the only person I ever guillotined.
Oh my god.
I never get guillotined on nobody. I didn't want to keep punching him, so I guillotined him and he wouldn't tap out. And
you put him to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like we have a lot to unpack.
You didn't have to say that on live.
The world, yes, 22 of them to be exact, have been ringing off over the internet for the past couple of days. And just like any other major situation, people are breaking down and dissecting every single last moment of it. Was the wrestler wrong with the beer? Was the company wrong for how they told Raja he could just wail on
everybody
him?
was
Raja
wrong.
supposed to be stopped because he had a
Everybody was wrong in this situation is what it's looking like.
concussion beforehand? Is Raja a slave to his chat because he kept getting egged on in order
Or
to
his dad
inflict
and
harm
his
on this guy
sense of
that was
masculinity?
unexpecting of it? And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that there's any sort of excuse that justifies any sort of attempts of murder on camera, because that's literally what we just saw a couple of days ago. But as I dug deeper into the crates, I found a common link of things that could, possibly make us understand as to why Raja would do this thing to Stu. One, he's got serious anger issues, and two, toxic masculinity has been shaping this young man's life to the point where he explodes, and we're seeing it in real time.
Hey,
Yo.
Because when I mentioned
did you get jumped by a bunch of dudes in tights?
you
On the stream, you was hugging on a dude in some damn tights.
Man, shut
Man, you shut the f up. I looked at your stream, you were hugging on some dude in some booty shorts.
I wasn't
If there was any
I saw you hugging on your coach.
Watch, my dad can't never call me a straight up. How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I'm gonna fake crash out. All right, bet. You about to see how fake of a crash out I am.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. This is
nigga
a
standing up.
culmination of a bunch of different experiences.
Omar, sit back
and things
down,
that
bro.
we've talked
What the
about on
fuck are
this
you
channel
doing
that have
standing
been
up?
impacting young men.
This just feels so like foreign, bro. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't feel right. Sit down, Omar, please. I don't know, bro.
The past
Are y'all rocking
5
with-
to 10 to really a
It'll
bunch
grow
of
on
people's
me.
lifetimes, but it's really gotten burdensome with the emergence of people like an Andrew Tate or a Myron or anybody else that is pushing pretty much red pill manosphere ideologies. We thought we were getting into the era of men showing more emotion. We were actually getting men to be further and further down this pipeline of destruction, and that's how you
Right.
get a Raja Jackson. Now, again, I'm not excusing any of the behaviors that he's displaying in any of these videos, but you can clearly see that he has self-destructive tendencies that are spawned on him by the people in his life, aka his dad. From a clip of
The
him
chat.
talking about
The
him having
expectations
to
of being his
use
dad's
a
son.
move that he's never done before on anybody in his whole professional career on his son, which doesn't make any sense, to constantly taunting him. And it's not like these are just meaningless taunts. We played it off as jokes in other videos and other conversations. No, this is truly impacting him and affecting him.
You like doing stretches?
Kinda, I guess.
Good, I'm gonna kind of stretch these nuts all over your face. Yeah, I got you with one. Fuck you. Give him some good stretches.
So now he's going out there with all the skills and training that he has from the MMA fights, from the practices, and he's not using these as a way to do it in a competitive way. He's using it as a way to show that nobody can call him a bitch anymore, how much of a real man that he is. He has hands that can inflict violence, and he's willing to use those hands to show how much of a man he is. How is that not toxic masculinity?
Bro,
as we
Omar,
can
sit the
see,
fuck back
Raja
down, bro. What are you
has
doing?
A bunch of different monkeys on his back, and this
Thank
was the
you, Omar.
opportunity for him to get it off his back by displaying his ultimate power.
Bet you about to see how fake of a crash out I am. Now I get a chance to get in the ring and do some shit to him. Exactly. People think this shit sweet. People think this shit's a f***ing game. Straight up, bro. Tired of everybody playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. None of bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for myself because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Instead of having a place and space to express those emotions, Raja took that opportunity to express his emotions with his hand. And I can see who is goading him or egging him on to do these things. It's the men in his life. I'm assuming that the chat that he's talking to is mainly filled with men. I know for a fact that his father does a bunch
They're
of
probably
egging
not
on
fucking even
again and
men.
again
I'd
and
say it's a
again in
bunch of
his
children,
life.
bro.
You know, bullies him, taunts him, does all these different things.
That dude was a little bit bigger. Roger would have been sprawled out. I would have been mad. So I can joke about it now because, you know, he my son's part of fighting. But that nigga was on Queer Street. He was like,
That pissed him off though.
no,
Yeah,
no, you
that
won't.
Honestly,
Yeah, that
the
pissed him
dynamic
off,
was
but-
weird before, but now that it's leading to violence, it's
Yeah.
making everyone question how we even got here. Why didn't we see the signs before? And how could this be prevented going forward? One of the reasons why I keep pointing it back to Rampage Jackson is because even before the match itself, it seemed that cooler heads had started to prevail with the whole Raja and Stu situation. Stu hit him with the can, of course, and then he started to apologize. Raja wasn't taking it, but after some time, they came to this sort of conclusion that everything was supposed to be okay.
But Raja still
only
was obviously
after his
visibly
father
upset.
proceeds to antagonize him like he's done in the past, does Raja step to the plate and feel like he has to prove himself?
I don't got no bread. That's what I'm saying. That's why I be talking to y'all and shit. I'm just like y'all, nigga. My dad got bread. That's his bread. That's not mine. He's rich. I'm not rich. You know, it's just been rough. It's been hard on me, bro. It's just really been hard on me, bro. I've been low-key. I've been stressed about it. I've been stressed about a lot of shit. You feel me?
The Raja Jackson story
Damn.
is a story for all
I
young
feel bad
men
for bro.
out there,
No
older
cap.
men out there. Just
Even though he did the thing with the old man, when that old guy hit a can of beer over his head, I always say, bro, if you don't want somebody doing something to you, don't do it to them. You shouldn't have put your hands on bro. I don't give a fuck if he mistaked him as a wrestler. Wrestlers practice before they go on stage and they meet up with everybody. That's going to be part of the event. He's clearly never seen Raja before on set. So I don't know what made him fully think it was okay, regardless of whether he had a camera or not. Don't put your hands on nobody if you're not sure that they're like, yo, if you put your hands on somebody. See, everybody always wants to choose their actions, but everybody gets mad when they can't choose their consequences. And I'm not justifying what bro did at all, but like at the end of the day, he did put his hands on bro. Like you shouldn't have put your hands on nobody that you don't, especially that you've never seen or don't know before, let alone. So I kind of feel I can what's the word? Sympathize with bro, low key, because like he's just a product of his environment at the end of the day, and that's where we got to where we are today. You feel me? And we're all the problem, by the way, too. Like you who stares behind the screen, laughing, liking, reposting, commenting, engaging, so they do more. Him and his dad, and y'all see like the reactions that Raja has when his dad rags on him and stuff, and y'all still the same with women and how women have to play dumb to get in these spaces. We're all part of the problem too for egging this shit on. I'm not saying it's our job to fix people, but we don't have to buy into the systems that exploit people, you know? So we're a part of it too. It's not just his fault.
in general out there who
For
are
you
trying
trying to
find
moralize.
identity within themselves with this age of social media showing them how to be some sort of man every single day. Now, of course, that situation has its own level.
Yo, niggas be like, you're not a man if you can't take care of your whole family. Do you know there's like 1%, there's less than like 10, 20% of people, period, that in at least in America, that financially are able to sustain a whole family by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Barely themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like these concepts, or maybe if you're like that 20%, but for the average person, bro, the average person lives a fucking average life. Like, what the fuck? Like, niggas just, the problem is people get online and they have problems or they live their lives a certain way, and then they try to impose that on everybody else and to justify their bad life or whatever's going on with them to make themselves feel better. They try to make you feel like there's something wrong with you because you're not doing that. That's all this shit be. It don't make sense, but that's the internet.
Level of uniqueness. One, you have somebody who has to be not all the way mentally there as a father, simply due to the fact that he would go into the ring and do MMA fights and, you know, have his face be bashed in as some sort of a career. So like that already throws off the dynamic. Two, from my understanding, Raja's not his like biological son, or there's some sort of murkiness between how they grew up together, what happened and what transpired. But three, and most importantly, it seems like there's not some sort of environment that's cultivated for real, genuine conversation between them. And it looks like Rampage downplays his son and his son's abilities all the time. He has other kids, but he's constantly downplaying, specifically Raja.
Rogers and his oldest son, whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids,
You better call them
I knew they
Japanese.
was going to college. So I saved the college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him.
So while they have their own unique characteristics about their dynamic, what I
Rampage is
see
a shit father.
from their relationship online,
He has a skewed perspective on masculinity, and he passed that down. He passed down that same poison. Only difference is his sons just didn't follow in his footsteps fully. The only difference is his son's not a megastar, popular UFC fighter. But this same shit happens all the time with like John Jones and shit. But he's the most loved, so nobody gives a fuck. That's the only difference. Is his son's not a popular, loved and respected, renowned fighter like himself. But this is what Rampage Jackson would have done, similar shit to what Roger would have done. But we wouldn't be mad at Rampage because he's Rampage Jackson.
Is across the board, especially in the era of social media. Even though we are creating more safe spaces for men, I see this push for, hookup culture be perpetuated by the men. I'm just thinking about, again, like the Andrew Tates, the Fresh and Fits. I'm seeing what's propped up on the internet as what the ideal man is. And to be honest with you, as somebody who's a kid, I would be even more confused than any other era before. And honestly, I would have a lot of bad faith actors guiding me as I go down a path.
You would think Duke Dennis is the ideal man. You would think Michael B. Jordan is the ideal man. NBA YoungBoy, Kevin Gates. Like, you would think the ideal man, like the ideal man is out of reach and out of touch from reality for almost pretty much everybody of the population. But it's like you might meet like an ideal man or like that, or like a, think about how many people could, like, because the internet never saw like Michael Jackson or never saw like Instagram baddies. But since we have the phone and we can see an Instagram baddie at the touch all the time, the things we get to see, the booties, the half naked, like people had to like pay to see that in either a magazine or they had to wait until they actually got an opportunity with a real person. But we can see it so much, we start to normalize something that's not even fucking real. That's the problem, bruh. This shit don't even be real, bruh.
Of what ultimately will end up being destruction. Do me a favor. Put yourself in the shoes of a young kid, somebody that's maybe a preteen or a teenager that's consuming the internet in 2025.
I was cooked.
And these are the clips that they're watching that go super duper viral on a day-to-day basis.
Do you see yourself as a one-woman man?
I will never commit to one woman. I only believe in committing into multiple. I want a poly relationship with over 5 women.
And then this guy looks like a fucking bum. I'm gonna be honest. His okay, so the upper half of his fit is clean, but he don't have a haircut. His jeans look cheap as shit, and his shoes, those look like, I don't even know what the fuck those are. So this nigga looks like a bullshitter, first of all. He doesn't even look like he can keep one woman, if I'm being truthfully honest. Second of all, yeah, bro.
Under the same roof.
Bro, this just gonna have like 1 million likes. Everybody under the shit. Facts. I'm with it. And you gonna start to feeling like you need to be, yeah, bro. The internet is bro. If you have shitty parents who don't pay attention to you and they just give you a phone, then you're cooked. But if you got good parents who instill certain things in you and you got like an actual brain, you shouldn't let this sway you too much past a certain age.
How do you get a woman to commit to you being in a poly relationship?
This right here. Bankroll. That's how you get a bitch. That money make a whole move, man. This is how we living in life. You hear what I'm saying? You gotta live it. 7 wives, man. That's what we doing. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Can I ask her something?
No, she don't talk. She's not allowed to talk.
We don't hold anybody accountable.
Wow.
And we allow mediocrity to strive in the West. And I think we need to go back to shaming fat people. We need to go back to making fun of them. I mean, if I was president, hell, I'd put all of them in a fat concentration camp.
And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that your job will fire you at a whim and don't give a second, don't give a solitary shit.
So true.
And when you're 52 and you're past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself and all your friends have grandchildren in this beautiful life and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy?
I think Andrew, I don't know, nigga. I get what he's saying, But like you could say the same for men too. Like I don't think that's something that's specifically what's the word? Akin to just women. Like, dude, if a man chose to not have a fucking family at all, if a man chose to not have kids, not have like a loving wife, at the end of the day, we all want to be loved, feel respected, and seen. That's all. That's what humans we want. Love, seen, understood, and for people to love us the way we deserve to be loved, right? Hold our hearts the way it needs to be held. If a dude, you never seen the stories of like the rich dads, like the Kobe's, like all these dudes, LeBrons, like they spend their whole lives pretty much living for everybody except their own family. They can't go to normal grocery stores, or they spend all their waking time and hours not being with their family and kids, but instead, am I getting a fucking phone call? No, I'm not. But instead, fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like working or chasing these goals and this legacy. But then it's like when you get a Kobe that dies at like 40, however old he was, 44, I think, it's like, damn, bro. Like, do you think Kobe would have wished he would have been more Black Mamba, won more championships? Or do you think he would have spent more time with his fucking family and his fucking daughter? Probably his fucking family and his fucking daughter. So I think that goes for anybody. I don't think that's akin to just women.
I gotta rush him. Come on. No, it's okay. I'm here. Okay. What y'all been doing? I'm drinking and shit.
Those braids look hard.
You good? You lit? You lit? I said you lit. I said you lit.
I got some babadas.
Whoa.
This nigga looking at her like a piece of meat, bro. Ew.
Young men are consuming this content
Gross.
where they're talking down about Black women, where they're talking down about women as a whole, talking about how they're property, ultra aggressive towards all type of people, especially fat people.
But she
and
look
then
good as
this
fuck. That's
overly
what
sexualized
said.
movement that's going
Some
on
random
in
gal.
streaming, where everything by some of these big content creators is nothing but sex first, sex second, sex third, and sex last. And to put the cherry on top, Deshae Frost in that clip was asking her, "Are you lit? Are you lit?" As if that was supposed to make it easier for him to get, involved with her. Then if she wasn't lit, he was gonna offer her some drinks and stuff like that. That's grape culture as well. Like all of this is bad for
that's
men
weird
to
as
consume.
fuck.
They don't have
Any dude who goes out to bars to find drunk women and they're not on the same level of drunk is weird as fuck. Just in general, I think that's weird, but especially that's weird as fuck.
any positive outlets that are pushed towards the mainstream. And then in a case like Raja Jackson, you also at home are being invalidated by your father, who's putting it on stream to embarrass you by millions of people who are consuming this.
Nigga, I don't want you no more. I don't want you no more. All you do is make fun of me. You embarrass the shit out of me.
Not a trolling.
Now you fucking up my other shit. You ruined it. I don't want you no more. I want another son.
It's so interesting because over the past couple of years, there's been this
That was
push
a
and
bad
push and
clip.
push against the fact that toxic masculinity exists. There's been names being thrown around like soy boy. There's been people saying that this generation is the softest generation than any generation prior.
Niggas do be acting like girls. I ain't something. They be dressing like girls and acting like girls. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but y'all niggas be putting paint fingernails on. Y'all be crying. Y'all be gossiping like girls, bro. Y'all be acting like girls. Not gonna lie. No cap.
To get the testosterone back. And this has been something...
We do need some testosterone back. I even noticed us Gen Zers, bro. Niggas got a lot of bad builds too, bro. Like gals.
That has trickled into like politics and, made voters make different voting decisions based off of who seemed more masculine because today's society seemed to be softer. It got so bad and people couldn't hide it anymore that cartoons like King of the Hill or South Park even made fun of it with their own renditions of Andrew Tate on their platform.
Yeah, Andrew Tate's
it's
a
funny
weirdo,
because
bro.
I look
bald
around and
weirdo.
hear all this rhetoric about how soft society is, but I see
nigga tried to make it seem like he wanted to go bald on purpose when the whole time he's just balding, so he had niggas be slick, bro. Man, good video by Omizai.